From the Alkebulan liberation movement, to the Democratic Republic of Congo, and to whoever listening, a land of Alkebulan, the land of our ancestors. Part of DRC Congo, breathtaking beauty, lush rainforests, mighty rivers, and a people known for their resilience. Yet for decades, Eastern Congo has been synonymous with conflict. A complex web of violence driven by greed and power has torn the region apart. Millions have been displaced, their lives shattered by the relentless cycle of attacks and reprisals. Villages lie in ruins, silent witnesses to the brutality that has ravaged this once peaceful land. The echoes of gunfire and the cries of the displaced haunt the collective memory of the Congolese people. The conflict's roots run deep, entangled in historical grievances, ethnic tensions, and the insatiable hunger for resources. The collapse of neighboring Rwanda's government in 1994 spilled across the border, igniting a firestorm that has yet to be extinguished. Armed groups, fueled by profit and driven by ideology, clash with alarming regularity. Civilians are caught in the crossfire, their lives deemed expendable in this brutal struggle for control. The human cost of this conflict is staggering. Millions have been killed either directly by the violence or through disease and starvation. Sexual violence is used as a weapon of war, leaving deep psychological scars on survivors. Children are forced to become soldiers, robbed of their innocence and forced to commit unspeakable acts. The fabric of society has been ripped apart, leaving behind a generation traumatized by the horrors they have witnessed. Beneath the surface of this conflict lies a darker truth: the exploitation of Congo's vast mineral wealth. The country is blessed with an abundance of natural resources, including gold, diamonds, coltan, and cobalt. These minerals, essential for our modern electronics, have become both a blessing and a curse for the Congolese people. For armed groups, these minerals are a lifeline, providing the funds needed to sustain their evil operations. They operate illegal mines, forcing civilians to work in dangerous conditions for little or no pay. If they don't pay, their lives is lucky. The profits from these mines flow out of the country, lining the pockets of warlords and corrupt officials. Western world and Chinese are the bosses, while the Congolese people see little benefit from their nation's wealth. Neighboring countries have also been accused of fueling the conflict, seeking to profit from the chaos. Accusations of military support, arms trafficking, and resource smuggling have strained relations between Congo and its neighbors. The international community, while providing humanitarian aid, has struggled to find a lasting solution to the crisis. The presence of these external actors adds another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. It underscores the need for a regional approach to peacebuilding, one that addresses the root causes of the conflict and holds all those responsible accountable for their actions. Nowhere is the human cost of this conflict more evident than in the eyes of Congo's children. Robbed of their childhoods, denied education, and forced to witness unimaginable acts of violence, they represent the lost generation of this conflict. Many bear the physical and emotional scars of war, their lives forever altered by the trauma they have endured. Some children are forced to become soldiers, trained to kill and maim. They are often given drugs to numb the pain and fear, turning them into child soldiers. Others are forced into sexual slavery, their bodies violated and their spirits crushed. The psychological impact of these experiences is immeasurable, leaving lasting scars on their minds and souls. Despite the horrors they have faced, the children of Congo remain resilient. They yearn for peace, for education, and for a chance to rebuild their lives. Their stories are a powerful reminder of the human cost of this conflict, and a call to action for the world to listen and act. Beyond borders, the ripples of war in the Great Lakes region, heart of Alkebulan, the land of our ancestors, the Garden of Eden, where the first man worked the earth. The conflict in this paradise Eastern Congo is not an isolated incident. It is a symptom of a wider regional crisis that has plagued the Great Lakes region for decades. The Rwandan genocide of 1994, in which an estimated 800,000 people were killed, sent shockwaves throughout the region. Some of Hutu extremists responsible for the genocide fled across the border into eastern Congo, further destabilizing the region. The presence of these armed groups, along with the influx of refugees, has had a profound impact on eastern Congo. It has exacerbated ethnic tensions, fueled competition for resources, and created a breeding ground for violence. The porous borders of the region have allowed armed groups to operate with impunity, moving freely between countries. Addressing the root causes of the conflict in eastern Congo requires a comprehensive regional approach. This includes addressing the legacy of the Rwandan genocide, promoting reconciliation, and fostering economic development. It also requires holding all perpetrators of human rights abuses accountable, regardless of their nationality or affiliation. A tapestry torn, the fractured identity of a nation in crisis. The conflict in eastern Congo has not only resulted in physical destruction but has also deeply fractured the nation's social fabric. Decades of violence have eroded trust between communities, fueled ethnic divisions, and undermined the very notion of a unified Congolese identity. The social contract between the state and its citizens has been shattered, replaced by a climate of fear, suspicion, and impunity. The absence of a strong central government, coupled with the proliferation of armed groups, has created a power vacuum that has been filled by warlords, militias, and corrupt officials. This has led to a breakdown in law and order, widespread human rights abuses, and a culture of impunity that allows perpetrators to act with impunity. Rebuilding the social fabric of Congolese society is essential for achieving lasting peace. This requires addressing the root causes of the conflict, including historical grievances, ethnic tensions meaning Banyamulenge and Bazalendo, and the equitable distribution of resources. It also necessitates promoting dialogue and reconciliation between communities, fostering a culture of tolerance and respect for human rights. A cry for Ubuntu, rebuilding the soul of Congo. The path to peace in eastern Congo will be long and arduous, yet amidst the ruins, there is hope. The Congolese people, known for their resilience and spirit of Ubuntu, a belief in the interconnectedness of all humanity, yearn for peace. They understand that true peace is not simply the absence of war, but the presence of justice, equality, and opportunity. The international community must stand in solidarity with the Congolese people. Al-Kebalan Liberation Movement is demanding an end to the violence, hold perpetrators of human rights abuses accountable, and support efforts to address the root causes of the conflict. We must invest in education, healthcare, and economic development, empowering the Congolese people to build a brighter future for themselves and their children. To the people of Congo, Al-Kebalan Liberation Movement is saying this: your pain is our pain, your struggle is our struggle. We stand with you in your pursuit of peace, justice, and reconciliation. Let us work together to build a future where the guns fall silent, where children can learn and play without fear, and where the beautiful land of Congo can finally heal from the wounds of war.